As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant, Masa, it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire. Our mission is escorting General Labarth with the Erusian forces. Make sure his ride to the heliport is uneventful. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Target cell has been updated.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
The success of General Labarth's escort mission will determine how the war ends, what the world will look like afterwards. Understood.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. It's Erusian.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier. We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
Locked on.
But still fighting.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot. When the communication networks come back online.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hail. Radicals.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Nice kill.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you, we got out of paying that toll. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side, and even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test center by at least 10 years, and used the flight data from the legendary Ace pilot to create drone AI. To us, it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue.
Protect the General's vehicle! Be his shield! Listen up. I've got a message from the General. The Radical officers will be held responsible for the burning of Anchorhead Bay.
We're heading towards Kruger Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Missile is closing. Strider 1, break! An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Thanks.
OC forces
We would have been toast.
This is AWACS Lancaster. Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah. Don't they know nowhere is safe? Confirm the coordinates. It's in the industrial zone. Got it. Let's get over there.
This fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
Sad. Even the news is nothing but civil war talk.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
Roger.
News?
The general is...
Yeah, they're sent to the news. I know what's going on down below.
Russians and the insurgents seem to
patrol unit.
So?
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's being opened by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! Fighters, airstrikes will find you. I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. All aircraft are prohibited from taking off. General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Please, watch over the future inflows from the high heavens. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Cease fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies. With the main conflict concluded, regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to intermittently make peace with Osea, as rebels.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used that to assassinate Harley, placing the blame on an enemy pilot. Yet the question remains, why? This Belkin technology has thrown the war into total chaos.
I can't believe Lucy is responsible for Harlan's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking? Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. They're penal unit rebels.
Bad
The plane
news.
is icing up.
Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel.
I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. It means getting rid of those assholes faster.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
How's your last long capture? We can bring them. We're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry. We won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous, with the rear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If we succeed, we'll be able to move towards signing a truce with Osea right away. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network reporting live.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. From one of the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with broken technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknowns attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP. ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell's going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right. I'm shooting them down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it's those Ocean big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the 3 strikes.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is...
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Bandit destroyed. Well done. Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses. Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Missile away.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Eduard Labarth. The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
3 bandits to go. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Target locked.
1 bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Would you look at that? My scope is clear of all rogue unmanned aircraft. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. Allied aircraft moving in to continue the escort. Let's leave the rest of them.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Ocean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to escort... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.